Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving a bit deeper. You've probably heard that Australia is the lucky country, where everyone's got a massive car and a big house. But is that actually true? Today I'm going to tell you 3 financial stories that you won't find in the news. A family that looked wealthy on the outside but their cupboards were bare. A FIFO worker who made so much money in 5 years he could have owned the bank, but then lost it all. And finally, a retirement scam that shook an entire town to its core. If you're living in Australia, or thinking about moving here, then this video is going to be a massive eye-opener for you. Right, let's get into the first story. Story 1. The Golden FIFO Trap. So, the story kicks off in the mining sites of Western Australia. Our main character is Jake. Jake was a 24-year-old bloke working a normal retail job, until he landed a FIFO, fly-in fly-out, job in the mines. In the very first month, Jake's salary hit his account, $12,000. Imagine, a 24-year-old kid with that kind of cash rolling in every single month. Jake reckoned he was a king. The first thing he did was buy a brand new Land Cruiser for $100,000. Then it was weekend trips to Bali, expensive clubs, and blowing money on his mates like it was water. But this is where a financial term comes in called lifestyle inflation. Jake thought this money would just keep coming forever. He took out a massive mortgage near Sydney, thinking his mining job was permanent. Then came that day in 2025. The mining company announced layoffs and Jake lost his job. By the next week, he had no savings and no backup plan. That $100,000 truck of his was repossessed by the bank. Today, Jake lives in a tiny rental apartment and shares one lesson. It's not about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep. Jake's mistake is one that thousands of young Aussies are still repeating today. Story 2. The Secret Rental Empire. Now let's talk about Australia's biggest obsession, property. This is the story of an elderly lady, Mrs. Higgins, who lived in a very old, run-down house in Adelaide. People used to look at her and feel sorry for her, thinking she probably didn't even have enough money for food. But when Mrs. Higgins passed away, her will absolutely stunned everyone. It turned out that the elderly lady was actually the owner of 12 different properties all across Australia, from Sydney all the way to Perth. What was her financial secret? She used negative gearing and capital gains tax rules like a pro investor. Every week she only bought $20 worth of groceries, but her rental income was $40,000 every single month. Her story teaches us how invisible wealth works in Australia. But there was a dark twist as well. Mrs. Higgins had hidden all of this from her children so that they wouldn't stop working hard. When her kids found out, a legal war broke out between them that was so intense that 6 out of those 12 properties have already been swallowed up just paying lawyer fees. Money can build relationships, but it can also destroy them. Story 3. The Ghost of the Great Australian Scam, 17 to 11 p.m. This third story is the most dangerous because it could happen to you, too. In Australia, superannuation is every employee's biggest asset. In 2026, a new trend kicked off: self-managed super funds, SMSF. A fake investment firm targeted retirees in Queensland. They said, "Hand your super over to us, we'll invest it in crypto and overseas property and triple your money." People fell for it. One retired couple handed over their entire life savings, $800,000. Everything looked legit on the digital dashboard. Graphics, charts, daily profits, it was all perfect. But when they tried to withdraw their money, the office had completely vanished. This wasn't just some small-time scam. It was a $200 million Ponzi scheme that had spread across the whole of Australia. When the police investigated, they found out that the firm wasn't actually operating at all. It was all just a software showing fake numbers. This story teaches us one thing: if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So guys, those were the 3 Australian financial stories that might just keep you up at night. Jake's misunderstanding, Mrs. Higgins' secret empire, and that massive Queensland scam. They all show that money isn't just about numbers, it's a game of emotions and decisions. What's your biggest takeaway from all this? Let me know in the comments below. And if you reckon this info could help someone out, make sure to share it. For more deep dive stories like these from Australia, hit that subscribe button. Cheers, mate. See you in the next video.